Hello everybody, this is Marjorie. Look at me today. I'm like Madam Butterfly. I'm going to stand up and show you this. Look at all the lovely flowers. I don't know if I look like Madam Butterfly or I maybe look like, you know, the blonde one, Anna Fiaba. Maybe I look a wee bit like her. Now I'm wearing this because, well, I thought this looked quite Chinese. And I wanted to say Happy New Year to all my Chinese friends, because this is the Chinese New Year. So I thought I'll wear this. Look, they'll feel dead at home. They'll think they're back in China. This is lovely, isn't it? I mean, Shein spoil me. They really do spoil me with all my lovely taupes. I can't stop doing this and waffing my arms. It's nice, isn't it? And Senga's doing the stairs. She's making the tea, right? We'll have a wee cup of tea when I'm finished. And she said, she agreed with me. She says, oh, you can pull anything off. See all these lovely tops that Shein send you, Marjorie? You can pull anything off. I says, I know, Senga. I've no sooner picked them on till I'm pulling them off. It's lovely. It's a lovely colour. I think it complements my hair and all the wee pink bits and the glasses. Anyway, Senga and I were making a bucket list. She says, well, me mate, hold on a minute. I'm sitting on my frock here. Hold on, hike it up. That's better. It was cutting right up the hee-haw. So we were looking at bucket lists because Senga says, why don't we make a bucket list, Marjorie? Because I saw it on the television, and you make a list, right? You call it a bucket list and you write all the things that you want to do before you die. I says, oh, that sounds dead cheery. What happened? What's the last thing on the list? D? And she says, no, it's just other things that you want to do before you die. I says, oh, that's good, because one of my mottos in life, I say, you always die with memories, no wee dreams. You know, because life is not a dress rehearsal. You know, you didn't get two goes at it. You didn't come back, you know, you didn't try it out and then you say, right, I'll rectify the mistakes, I'll not do that again, and you come back and try again, you know? Like, so, aye, life is not a dress rehearsal. In many ways, just as well, because, you know, for some folk, if you had the dress rehearsal, you wouldn't even turn up for the performance, you know, the dress rehearsal's that bad. So, she says to me the other day, right, when she first brought this subject to the bucket list up, she says, do you fancy an Indian? And I says, oh, I fancy an Indian to eat? I says, oh my God, I thought she'd turned into one of the, you know, the Cannonball Lecter. She says, no, a takeaway. We'll get a takeaway and we'll talk about our bucket list. I says, all right. So we go our Indian. Now I'm not really that fussy an Indian, but I had a pom-poms. I had a pom-pom, right? Is that pom-pom? You know what I mean? So I'm sitting there as happy as a polar bear eating a bridie, right? And she's saying, I would like to climb Ben Nevis, Marjorie. I says, Ben Nevis? I says, I nearly conked out climbing Tinty Hill. I don't think Ben Nevis is for me. And anyway, how would you get up Ben Nevis in a pair of stilettos? That would be quite hard work. And she says, I would also like to go on a quiz show. I'd like to go on a TV quiz show. I says, would you, Singer? She says, aye, Marjorie. I says, what quiz show would you want to go on, Singer? She says, blankety blank. And I says, oh, that's that theme song that goes right through my head. Blankety blank, 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 blankety blank. Imagine learning all the words to sing the theme song. Like, you'd be out for hours, wouldn't you? And then she says, the chase. I says, oh, I like the chase. Bradley, he's awfully funny. I says, I'm quite good at the general knowledge. She says, you are. You're quite knowledgeable, Marjorie. You often fascinate me with your general knowledge and you know a wee bit about everything. I says, indeed I do. And see what I didn't ken, I make it up. Nobody's any the wiser because you know, some folk watching this, though, they might say, I don't think that wee fact's quite right, or she's maybe, you know, no got that absolutely accurate. But I'm also conscious there's quite a lot of doobies out there, you know, so they'll be none the wiser. So, you know, as long as everybody's happy, that's the main thing. She says, what are you going to put in your bucket list, Marjorie? And I says, well, Senga, you've inspired me when you were talking about the telly. I would like my own telly show on STV. She says, would you, Marjorie? I says, I would. Maybe if STV are watching, you could maybe have a wee think about that, and I could have my own telly show. Can you imagine? The Marjorie Show, and I could have special guests. I could get all the folk that I like on onto the Marjorie show. And then we were laughing. I says, the tellies know what it was, Senga, was it? Remember in the old days, and you put on the 6 o'clock news, Scotland Today, with Angus Simpson. Remember Angus Simpson? And what was the lassie's called? It was the red-head one. What was her name? Viv Lumsden. Remember? Oh, Viv, there's a blast for the past. Is she still alive? I think she is. Viv Lumsden. And the other one, the wee one with the dark hair, Shireen Serfani. Oh, in Scotland Today, the old days. And she says, what else would you like to do, Marjorie? And I says, well, I'll have my own telly show and I could be an entrepreneur, one of them, you know what I mean? On the Dragon's Den, you know? Wipe the smiles off their face or go on The Apprentice. I says, imagine me up against Lord Sugar. I'd slap him. I actually would slap him because I think he's a cheeky wee man. Anyway, so I says, right, we'll go our bucket lists. So we're fine. We ken what we're doing, right? And we'll get all our things ticked off our bucket list and we'll have to have a good hard think and get more stuff on that bucket list, Senga. And I says, because you want to do all these things before you get too old that you can't do them. And then I remembered an old saying that my mother used to say. She says, Marjorie, remember this. The older you get, the better you get. And I've always remembered that. Wee saying, the older you get, the better you get. Which is true, unless you're a banana.